what it do, soul visionaries and potential soul visionaries out there. I am your host, Sherrod Corner. You are now rocking with the Soul Vision Powercast. You know, that place where we keep it unfiltered and raw. We talk about anything from porn to politics. We'll even talk about the things you might have heard or even saw. Man, excuse the background noise. I got a fan going on here. You know, it's hot today, man. It's hot. Now, I'm gonna make this real brief. You know, I've been perusing the socials, as my girl Tracy Ricks would say, and I came across a couple different posts by men. One of them says, "You can't leave your wife because she was impregnated by another man. No, go to the war room and pray for your marriage. That other guy is nothing but just a homewrecker that must never be allowed to win. A good husband doesn't just quit." Man, what kind of foolery is this? You know, you're trying to get young men and men to accept the behaviors of women cheating, with the result being an outside child that isn't his. And the funny thing is somebody's going to always return, well, you know, women do it. They take outside cheating. That's their prerogative. And if a man wants to do it, that's his prerogative. You know, for me, nah. I'm not going to accept another man's child. You cheated on me, and you had another man's child. Guess what? You and him can take care of that child. I would never advise a man to take care of another man's child because, you know, from his wife cheating on him. I would never say, hey, man, forgive her, man. Accept that child as your own. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't do it, and I wouldn't advise it. We already have enough with not even knowing if the children that we think are ours are even ours. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of women, man, are out here getting pregnant by other men and just saying, hey, well, you know what? I know he's not going to take care of this child the way that the man I'm with is going to take care of this child. So I'll just make him think that it's his. And a lot of times, men know when a child is not theirs, or not know, but have a feeling. But a lot of men don't want to test the waters. They don't want to anger this woman. Oh, what if she get mad? You know, if I ask her for a DNA test and bro, if she getting mad, then something must be wrong. Any woman in that situation that has put herself in a situation where she's been with multiple men in the same window of time, said, hey, if she loves you and she wants you to, you know, be a part of this child's life 100%, and she wants you to forgive her 100%, she would have no problem with saying, hey, here go a DNA test. This ain't about trust. This is about, you know, legacy. This is about being the biological father of a child that, hey, just say for medical reasons, you want to give blood, you want to give a kidney, you want to do something medically for the child. You want to make sure that you're the father. Paternity-wise, you want to make sure, because you don't want to get blamed for a child that's not yours and have to pay for a child that's not yours, man. Y'all don't want to get caught in those situations. Trust me. You want to know 100% if that child is yours. Young dogs, I'm trying to tell you, don't ever think, oh man, she's so angelic, she's so pretty, she's so this and she's so that. She would never do that to me. I'm trying to tell you, it happens all day, every day. All day, every day. You know, and I've always said, a man that says, oh man, you know, I don't care about no body count, and then he tries to make himself seem bigger. He make himself seem bigger than the other men out there by saying, you know, she mine now. No, let me tell you something. Most of those dudes are too insecure to ask about the body count, because guess what? He doesn't want to know that she's been up under, bent over by a whole bunch of dudes. Because a lot of men, when they see a woman, unfortunately, a lot of these dudes think that these just because she's a pretty woman or she talks a certain way or I go to church or she says these certain things, oh man, he has this image in his head of her, and that's it. I don't want to hear nothing else. I don't want to hear about your past. Unfortunately for them, you know, those past experiences come with a lot of trauma. A lot of it. That's why I say sister, the acronym for sister. The acronym sister. Self-inflicted sexual trauma experienced repeatedly. Because a lot of women would just sleep with man after man after man after man. Something has caused her to feel that way. So it's like, why would you want to put yourself in that position to have to deal with it? So brothers, getting back to the original post here, women will lie to you. They will lie to you, man. Stop thinking that they won't. They will lie to you. People that lie will lie. And then when you say, well, why would she lie to me? Maybe she has something to lose if you decide to walk away. So for me, I would have to say, brothers, if you ever found out that your woman cheated and your son or daughter or children were fathered by other men, I think you should just really seriously look at the possibility or the option of just walking away. And I know as men, we get caught up in our children, especially every day. We loving on them and this and that and the other. But for me, you know, I think that every man should have a DNA test before he signs that birth certificate. Because a lot of us will get caught up with our children early. Boom, boom, right off rip. We in love with our children. Before you make that serious connection with that child, man, brothers, get that paternity test. You don't want to be stuck taking care of a child, pouring into a child that's not yours. At least not being forced to, you know, because you didn't take the proper precautions and now you on child support for a child that's not yours. You know, if you choose to, hey, brother, I'm wishing you all the best. But at the same time, I'm telling you, man, you got to protect yourselves. Protect yourselves, and that's why mandatory DNA testing should be the rule of law across our land. Hey, man, tell me what y'all think. You know, give me some feedback on this. Let me know how y'all feel about, you know, taking care of a child that was conceived because your woman or wife was cheating. You know, tell me how you feel about it. I know how a lot of men feel about dating single moms. You already know the child isn't yours. But let me know how you feel about, you know, doing what my man said. What'd he say? He said, you know, don't leave your wife because she was impregnated by another man. Go to the war room and pray for your marriage. How do y'all feel about that? You know, he said that other guy's nothing but a home wrecker. No, he's not the home wrecker. Your woman is the home wrecker. So brothers, tell me, man, brothers, sisters, whoever listening, let me know how y'all feel about this. Let's have some positive feedback on here. You know, hey, put them in the comment section, you know, section below. I want y'all to share, like, and subscribe to the channel, and man, let's keep this conversation going, man. Let's keep these positive conversations going, brother. It's 2025. It's time for us to rise and fly. Peace.